Welcome to Arthos, where ancient wisdom meets modern understanding. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. Have you ever noticed that? The one who boasts the most, who constantly points out the flaws of others, is usually the one hiding a deep, paralyzing insecurity. 5,000 years ago, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the most powerful man on earth felt that exact same panic. Millions of soldiers were ready to die on his command. Yet, the moment he saw the absolute discipline of the opposing army, his confidence cracked. He didn't turn to his supreme commander. He hurried to his old school teacher. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita. This is episode 2, The Mask of Arrogance. We are continuing our journey through the very first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna Vishad Yoga, the yoga of Arjuna's despair. This chapter unfolds across 7 distinct episodes, and today we expose the fear-hiding right behind the face of absolute power. Part 1. The Walk of a Frightened King. Let us set the scene. In the last episode, the blind king Dhritarashtra asked his minister, Sanjay, what was happening on the battlefield. Now, Sanjay replies. He describes a scene that reveals everything about human psychology. Duryodhana, the crown prince of the Kauravas, stands at the head of a massive, invincible army. He has the numbers, the weapons, and the deadliest warriors. But as he looks across the field, he doesn't see a weak, exiled family. He sees the Pandava army perfectly structured in an impenetrable military formation. It is disciplined. It is fiercely focused. And suddenly, Duryodhana feels a cold wave of doubt. What does a modern leader do when they panic? They look for validation. They try to secure the loyalty of those they doubt the most. So, Duryodhana walks right past his supreme military commander, Bhishma, and goes straight to his guru, Dronacharya. Part 2. The King's Restless Words and a Dark History. Let's listen to the second and third verses of the Gita, where Sanjay describes this exact moment of weakness. Sanjay Uvacha. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada. Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vekanam Abravit. And then, Duryodhana speaks his very first words in the epic. Pashyatam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Kamam Vyudham Drupad Putrena Tava Shishana Dhimta. In simple language, this translates to, O teacher, behold this mighty army of the sons of Pandu, expertly arranged by your own intelligent disciple, the son of Drupad. Pay close attention to that last phrase, your own intelligent disciple, the son of Drupad. He is talking about Dhrishtadyumna, the commander-in-chief of the Pandav army. But there's a dark, chilling history here that makes this sentence incredibly heavy. Dhrishtadyumna wasn't just any royal prince. Years ago, his father, King Drupad, was brutally humiliated by Dronacharya. Seeking revenge, the king performed a massive, terrifying fire sacrifice, a yajna, with one single burning purpose: to obtain a son who would kill Dronacharya. Everyone knew the prophecy. Dhrishtadyumna was literally born from the fire to take Drona's life. Yet, when that same boy came to Dronacharya to learn the art of war, Drona did something unimaginable. Bound by the ultimate, selfless duty of a teacher, he accepted him. He taught the boy his highest military secrets, fully knowing that he was handing a weapon to his own executioner. And now, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, that exact nightmare has come true. Dhrishtadyumna stands at the head of the enemy army, using the very formations his guru taught him, ready to strike him down. Part 3. The Psychology of Insecurity. When you understand this history, you realize the sheer, venomous manipulation hiding inside Duryodhana's words. Duryodhana isn't just making a casual observation about the enemy's army. He's firing a psychological arrow right into his own teacher's deepest wound. Dronacharya is the guru of both sides. He loves the Pandavas, especially Arjuna. Duryodhana is terrified that his teacher might go soft on them out of affection. So, what does he do? He deliberately points at the man born to kill him. Duryodhana is essentially saying, Look at your own mistake, Guruji. You were foolish enough to teach the boy who is now standing right there, ready to destroy us. You cannot afford to be kind today. This is a masterclass in toxic psychology. Duryodhana is deliberately trying to spark anger, regret, and survival instinct in his teacher. This is exactly what happens in the modern world when insecure people feel they are losing control. Think about high-stakes professional environments, intense corporate negotiations, or even bitter family disputes. When someone feels out of their depth, they don't rely on their own merit. Instead, they play politics. They manipulate the people around them. They reopen old wounds and use guilt to force others to fight their battles. Duryodhana is wearing a heavy crown, but in this moment, he is operating purely out of the fear of losing what he has stolen. Part 4. The Mirror of Arrogance. This brings us to the ultimate mirror of today's episode. Arrogance is never a sign of strength. Arrogance is simply a bodyguard for fear. Duryodhana is surrounded by the greatest warriors on earth, yet he feels incredibly small. He constantly needs reassurance that his people won't abandon him. The next time you see someone or catch yourself speaking too loudly, boosting, or pointing fingers at others to secure an alliance, remember Duryodhana. The mask of arrogance is always hiding a terrified child inside. In the next episode, Duryodhana's nervous rambling continues. He desperately tries to puff out his chest by listing all the great warriors in his army. But the oldest, wisest man on the battlefield sees right through his panic, and he does something shocking that completely shatters the silence of Kurukshetra. See you in episode 3.